Imagine a person sitting inside his house day after day, locked between the same walls, breathing the same air, following the same repetitive patterns of life. The world outside continues to move, skies change their colors, winds shift their directions, and time itself runs forward like a river, but inside those four walls, everything stands still. At first, it feels safe, it feels predictable, almost comfortable. But the longer you stay in that cage, the more you begin to realize that safety has a cost. The cost is your freedom, your creativity, your spirit, and your ability to truly live. Scientists will talk about psychology, they will talk about routine and brain chemicals, but there is something deeper they will not mention, something they cannot measure, and something that can only be felt when you step outside and dare to fly. The human brain is a universe of connections. Billions of neurons firing every second, creating thoughts, memories, emotions. When you remain in the same environment, staring at the same walls, walking across the same floor, those neurons fall into repetition. The same circuits fire again and again, and creativity shrinks. Ideas become dull, and the soul begins to feel suffocated. But the very moment you change your environment, the moment you take a step outside and let the wind touch your face, when you see a horizon you have never seen before, something incredible happens inside you. New neurons light up, new pathways open. The brain begins to think in directions it has never dared to go, and suddenly a spark of creativity ignites within. This is not a theory, it is a fact of human nature. Yet scientists only describe the mechanics, never the essence. They shock you with data and experiments, but they remain silent about the truth that cannot be dissected under a microscope. The flight of the soul. When you leave your house, not just to walk on the street, but to truly experience freedom, when you rise into the air and feel the earth shrinking below you, when you laugh with your friends while floating above the clouds, you realize that this moment is more than just adrenaline, more than just biology. It is as if your heart itself is breaking free from chains you didn't even know were binding you. Scientists will measure your heartbeat, they will analyze your oxygen levels, they will tell you about dopamine surges, but they will not mention the unexplainable fire that burns in your spirit when you rise above the ordinary. Think about it. For thousands of years, human beings have dreamed of flying. Ancient myths tell of men with wings, of gods riding chariots across the skies, of souls ascending to heavens. When humans watched birds, they did not envy the feathers. They envied the freedom. That longing has always been there, hidden deep in our souls. Because to fly is to defy gravity, and to defy gravity is to challenge every limitation life places on us. When you step into a helicopter or an airplane, you are not just moving through air, you are symbolically breaking barriers that hold your life down. That is why the first time anyone experiences flight, they feel an indescribable shiver, as if the very chains of existence have shattered. But do scientists tell you this? No. They hide behind their formulas and their numbers, never daring to mention the mystery that lies beyond their charts. Look down from above the clouds and you will see something no lecture, no textbook, no study can prepare you for. Cities that once looked endless now appear as dots. Mountains that once seemed impossible to climb now look like small wrinkles upon the earth. Rivers that stretched like mighty dragons now look like threads of silver weaving across the land. And suddenly, as you watch from above, the burdens that you carry every day, the problems that once felt larger than life, now seem so small, so fragile, so powerless compared to the vastness before your eyes. You feel a silence inside, not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of awakening. This is the silence where your soul whispers, you are made for more than this. But this is not what scientists explain. They can measure the altitude, calculate the pressure, explain the turbulence, but they cannot measure the size of the human soul when it expands above the cloud. Every person who remains too long within the same routine begins to lose the essence of living. We were not designed to be locked inside boxes. We were not created to spend our lives staring at screens, moving in predictable circles. We were created with eyes that crave horizons, with hearts that long for adventure, with minds that thirst for the unknown. That is why when you step outside, when you laugh with your friends, when you breathe fresh air, your body feels alive in ways that no comfort zone can ever give you. And when you take that one step further, when you fly into the air and see the world from above, you taste a piece of the freedom that humanity has sought since the beginning of time. Scientists can shock you with their discoveries. They can tell you about how travel rewires the brain, how exposure to new experiences enhances creativity, how laughter with friends reduces stress hormones. But they do not tell you why these things feel divine, why they feel as if they connect you to something greater than yourself. They don't tell you that every moment of freedom is a glimpse into the destiny of your soul, that every flight into the sky is a reminder that you were not meant to crawl in the dust, but to rise like a flame. They do not tell you that joy is not a chemical reaction. It is a calling. Close your eyes and imagine yourself rising above the ground. The world you thought you knew begins to shrink. The noise of daily life fades into a distant hum. Your worries, your deadlines, your fears, they are all left behind, too heavy to follow you into the skies. And there, in the open air, with nothing holding you back, you feel a surge of possibility. It is as if the universe itself is whispering to you. This is what it means to be alive. That whisper cannot be caught in a lab. It cannot be graphed on paper. And so scientists do not mention it, but it is real. And it is the most important truth of all. Do you understand now why humans crave the sky? It is not only for adventure, not only for thrill, not only to conquer the limits of physics. It is because deep within us there is a memory, an ancient memory, that we were created for more than walls, more than routines, more than survival. Every flight, every moment outside the cage, every laugh under the open sky awakens that memory. It tells you that freedom is not just outside, it is inside, waiting for you to step into it. And so the call is clear. Get out of your houses and fly into the air. Not just with machines, not just with wings, but with the courage to break free from the prisons you have built around yourself. The scientists will keep shocking you with facts, but they will not mention the greatest truth of all, that the moment you rise above the earth, you are not only defying gravity, you are rediscovering your soul. And so, my friends, life is too short to remain hidden within walls, too precious to waste in silence, too vast to be caged by routine. The sky is calling you, the winds are waiting for you, and freedom itself is opening its arms. Do not let fear chain you, do not let comfort deceive you. Step out of your houses, laugh with your friends, feel the breath of the world, and rise into the air, because only then will you know what it truly means to be alive. Remember this. The real flight is not in machines, not in wings, but in the courage of your soul to break free. Good luck to all of you on your journey. May you rise higher than your doubts. May you break through the clouds of fear. And may you discover the freedom that was always meant to be yours. Thank you for listening. And may your flight into life's skies begin today.